What up? All right, I'll start off. I apologize. I was trying to be sweet with this new camera, and I believe that the camera is too much for the bandwidth of my basement. So I had to abort. Now we're back to this normal front-facing laptop camera. So forgive me. I know we really wanted to start by 8:09, but just didn't happen.
Yeah.
All dreams can't come true, unfortunately.
Sorry, Mark.
Sorry, Mark. Well, I mean, I'm not really sorry,
but
what's up,
man? We can see your comments before the show starts. Just so you know.
I mean, no, I think he knows. I think he's aware of that. So we had an interesting conversation. What generation are you, Gary?
I'm Gen X, for sure.
You're Gen X.
Yeah, dead set in the middle of the
time. And Aaron and I are
millennials.
What are we? Millennials, right?
Millennials? Yeah.
When is Boomer end and Gen X begin? Because I thought that it was farther back. I thought it was like 50s, 1950s, but that.
I know, like, if you can look it up, you get different. Aaron was looking them up earlier. I think Gen X starts in 70 and goes 70? To 85 at the latest. I do think there are some people who are born that don't get a name.
That's not no. You can't.
I feel like we call them the lost generation.
The lost ones.
Yeah.
You made that believable.
Because it is. Believe it.
There's that doesn't happen. There's nothing.
Not everybody gets a name. Not everybody gets a,
Everybody gets a name. See? Gen X. Mark said he's in 1969.
Nah, he's too old.
Oh no, that's correct.
Yeah, he's Gen X.
He's Gen X for sure.
Barely.
For some reason, I thought like 50s were in the 1950s were Gen X still somehow, because I thought they were like the kids of Boomers.
Well, Boomers is the biggest range.
Yeah.
Boomers are the kids of
the
greatest
generation.
Was it greatest or great?
The greatest generation.
Yeah. So
that is crazy. Those people were so full of it that they called themselves, the whole generation called the greatest generation.
I'm not gonna touch that one.
They fought wars, man.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
They fought wars, bro.
Multiple.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Yeah, they might be. Okay. Like, if all bias aside, if you had to name one of the generations that we're privy to, the greatest generation, would it be that generation? All right, Aaron, who in your mind, who's the greatest generation? All the way up until what are we at now? Gen Z?
Gen Z.
No. Okay. My kids are Gen Z, right?
Oh no, Gen A, Generation Alpha. They started in 2012.
Born after 2012.
Yeah, I think that's right.
All right, so my kids are Gen Z. Generation Alpha is the next one. Who's the greatest generation in your opinion?
Let me lay it out like this.
Okay.
There's a certain generation that pushed the envelope forward. This generation invented social media. This generation, I believe this generation has created more culture than any other generation, and I would say it's millennials, bro.
Are you saying social media is a good thing?
No. I'm just saying it's an impactful thing.
Okay.
Wait. So wait. Gen X though created the internet though, right?
Or Al Gore?
No. Al Gore's a boomer.
Al Gore's a boomer.
Yeah.
Bill Gates is also a boomer.
That's true.
Steve Jobs is also a boomer. It's not Gen X. That's for sure. It's not Gen X.
Gen X doesn't care or want to be called boomers.
From what I've heard about Gen X and what I've experienced about Gen X, you guys really should be called the lost generation, because
you just don't care.
You literally are sandwiched between two really cool generations.
No, boomers aren't cool.
I mean, no, boomers are cool. Boomers like literally. No, look, this is what I'm saying.
Boomers have done a lot to ruin the
But
brand
they've
name
also
recently.
listen. What I'm saying. I'm just saying. I think that millennials are better than boomers. But what I'm saying is, if you look at how things worked, like in the economy, like you said, the top of the top were like boomers, and then the next ones to really take over were millennials. Gen X is just like, what's happening what's happening right now?
I don't think Gen X are what's happening. Gen X are like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
You just listen to Nirvana and do weird Gen X stuff. Yeah, that's Gen X.
Yeah. Didn't Gen X create hippie? Okay,
No, that was the hippies who created hippies.
No, don't try to get rid of them. I saw that picture of you with long hair, Gary.
I don't know if it's called long hair, but it was.
Zuckerberg's definitely a Gen X.
Zuckerberg's a millennial, bro.
He's the first millennial. He's the honorary millennial.
He's an elder millennial. He was born in '84.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, he is a millennial. I was born in '84.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
Oh my god.
I don't know if we need to claim him, but that's a very impactful human being. Whether you want to, geriatric millennial. Yeah.
Hey.
That's what y'all call. Hey, that's what y'all call it, bro.
No, y'all don't call it.
You're only a year away from the Masters division. Just to throw that out there.
Geriatric is a crazy word. Like when you hear like geriatric pregnancy, I feel like they should be able to change the name of these by now. Like by now it has to be called something different than that. Is a legit term. I understand, but that doesn't mean it needs to be said anymore. All right, so what up, guys? It's a PR Project, episode number 63. We're rolling here. This is the year we'll definitely get to 100. I'm actually excited about that. Considering we don't get like canceled or something like that by like
we might make it to 100
by like a boomer.
Yeah, let's start making fun of boomers some more. See how long that goes.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's like all our internet connections drop every episode. Zuckerberg's hitting the thing somewhere. All right, I had an idea that we could talk about because it's January 7th. This will not be an evergreen episode, and
shout out to everybody who celebrated the holiday yesterday.
You mean my son's birthday?
Yeah.
Happy
January 6th, your son's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nicholas. Oh,
yeah.
The anniversary.
Yeah.
Did you do anything fun?
We went to launch today, which in hindsight might not be the best term, but it's a trampoline park.
Oh.
Yeah. You know by? So
would you say you guys stormed the establishment?
I would say he did. He was
yeah.
He was hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push over the security guard to get in there.
He got in the dodgeball pit, was just going to town, firing off.
Man, those trampoline parks are really fun. Have you been there?
No, man, I don't have kids I can't go in there by myself.
True.
I don't have the shield of a child to be able to go in there and have like more fun than them.
No, I'm saying like it like a party, like somebody else's party, like somebody else's kid's party. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have many kids in my circle. My friends' kids are still like babies, so they haven't made it there yet.
They're legit tiring. Like I didn't even jump today because I just finished the long run. So, but you can hurt if you're running. I don't recommend it at all if you're in the middle of training.
Oh yeah. So I've gone there a couple times, and the last time I went there to one, it was like during a training block, and I didn't even partake. But like the first time I went, it's crazy. Like you'll it's a good exercise. It's
fun, and especially when you got the kids with you. But it's a workout.
I feel like honestly, Aaron, I'm not saying you would do this, but I know for sure that I saw a grown man in there one time. I know he didn't have a kid with him, and he was just going to town with the flips, bro. It was like you're practicing for something. I don't really know what it is because I know trampolining ain't in the Olympics. I don't think
it used to be.
Yeah, that's back when that was your generation that started that. See, gotta wear the alpha flies in the trampoline park. I would absolutely. If you wear alpha flies in the trampoline park, you might get banned.
You have to be banned, bro.
Yeah,
because first of all, you don't even supposed to wear shoes in there. So if you wear alpha flies, straight to jail.
Straight through the ceiling. Straight to jail. Straight to the ceiling. All right. So what I was starting off to say was, like it's the 7th, top of the year. People do New Year's resolutions. Well, I have one question. Yes, no, I guess. And if you have a reason, let me know. Are you guys fans of New Year's resolutions?
Yes.
Yeah. I didn't used to be, but I am now. I am more and more.
What swayed you towards the good side of that?
It was explained to me. Don't think about it as like I have to get this done. Just how can I improve? What areas can I improve myself in either like a physical or holistic or mental capacity type of way, and just use it as a guide, not as a must do, but as a guide to get to be in a better place.
Okay. Why do you rock with the New Year's resolutions, Ern?
So for me, I've realized that I segment my life by checkpoints. So like I'm always looking, like that's why I think that's why I like running so much, is that I always can like set a new checkpoint. Like, okay, the next race is my checkpoint, or the next goal race, the next training block, that's my checkpoint. So anytime I get to start a new enter into a new chapter, and which I feel like the beginning of the year is a great opportunity to kind of start on something new, kind of start building something new. And it just kind of can give you that extra little bit of motivation that you may not have to say, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to stick to it. And I'm going to give myself tangible like deadlines and like ways to do it. So I think that's like a big reason why it seems cool, even though I don't think I had a New Year's resolution this year, but
I was wondering like, because I mean, not in a bad way at all, but I just couldn't see being like, yo, my New Year's resolution is, you know what I'm saying? You either, Gary. Like that's what I thought. Like,
but it offers an opportunity. It offers an opportunity to kind of put new things on a bulletin board and say, okay, these are things I want to get done, and now it's starting from now, and then we'll get them done at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
So I set this up because I honestly thought you guys were like, I don't know, kind of in the middle about it. But let me ask y'all a question, and this question is to everyone that's listening. Hundreds of you are watching live right now.
Maybe even thousands.
Maybe even thousands. Who knows? Millions. Did y'all know that I used to read 3,000 books a year as a kid?
Non-fiction books?
But non-fiction. I never, ever would listen to one. All right. It's back to, but sorry. No one probably watching this got that. But this is to everybody. Let's talk about New Year's manifestations. So a little different, I guess, right? Than like saying what my New Year's resolution is. New Year's resolution to me always sounds like it's like I'm going to stop doing this and I'm going to start doing this. Or something was negative, so I'm going to start this new thing now, January 1. But what about like putting it in a way where it's like, what do you want? What do you want to manifest for yourself this year? Like, what do you want to happen this year? Like, what's one or two or maybe 3 things that kind of pop up like, oh, I'd like this to happen and that to happen. And it could be more of a continuation of what you started 2 years ago. Like it's not a new thing that you're doing. You could be wanting this to be this way or bigger or better or whatever. What y'all got any thoughts on it?
Well, go ahead, Gary.
I was going to say, I've been manifesting in my head, seeing that clock tick over to 2:49:59. That's what I've been,
Okay.
That's what I've been visualizing the past couple of marathons. I haven't gotten anywhere close to it, but that's kind of what I've had it hit in my head as I get ready to go for training block and as I get closer and closer to the race. So I don't plan on doing at this point a fall marathon, but definitely this is what's in my head for the spring.
Okay, so 2:49:59.
Yeah, like seeing that clock, like as you get to the finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I do that, like whenever I like, you know how like when you talk about like envisioning while you're running or whatever, and like seeing that number ahead of you or whatever, I always like gets to thinking too much about it, and then I started picturing like, oh crap, like I needed to say a different number because of when you start, and then like you're like a couple minutes behind the start, so it's like, what would it really say? Would it say 2:51? Like I started doing weird stuff with it. But all right, Aaron, what's yours?
I think I have a very similar one to Gary, but my time is just like that 2:59. Like I want to get that sub 3 and see that but I don't want to see the clock actually flip to the number, because that means I'm still running. I mean, I like to see the clock flip to the number from the other side.
Yeah, but it's like a visual.
But I know what you mean, Gary. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I was kind of trying to say. It's like you see, you turn that corner, like it can't be the number that you see. Like it has to be.
Right.
Yeah.
So that sub 3 hours would be amazing. Also, man, I'm really just like, I would love to run under 18 minutes in a 5K. That's been really like taunting me like bad lately. That would be cool too. But I'm trying to get away from like so like time centric like marathon or like race times, and just like focusing on just overall like improving fitness. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Those two specifically been taunting me, and I would really like to slay those dragons at some point this year.
What is that for the 5K? What pace wise?
Like 5:45.
5:45.
Okay, yeah. It like when you said that, like I had to like think like, bro, you've done that, you know?
Well, no, I've done 18:05.
Yeah.
I've done 18:20. I've done 18:30 like 5 times.
Where was the 18:05?
Eugene.
Oh, okay, yeah. Dang.
Yeah. So almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, I have
Eugene, World's Eugene.
Yeah.
I always forget about that. We ran that race.
Yeah.
All right, so mine. So real quick to talk about numbers, because I said this on I did like this other little show thing, and one of my the people were saying like in and out for the year, like things that are in for the year, things that are out for the year. And one of the things that I was saying was out for the year was taking some like the pressure or stop putting a number on a pedestal, because it's like you can have a goal. We're going to have, you're going to do all the work. You're still going to put in all the miles and do all the stuff. But sometimes I feel like we put this number so high that like when we start the race day, we're so locked in, but you're so tense because we have it like we're grasping onto that goal so tight that we don't even allow like our bodies and minds to like be in the moment for real. And I think that like the moments when we really get the best out of ourselves was when we're really like, going after the goal, but loosely a bit more and just worried about more like performing and being in the moment. So that's kind of like why I randomly like set a goal much farther than where I am now. So I don't have this big connection to like 240, you know what I'm saying? Cause like 240 is a big number. And if I stay on that for too long, I feel like it would get too, a little too weird for me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, but that's what I just kind of had a thought about that, because it's like don't put the number on a pedestal, still have a goal, but it's like figure out a way to have fun and do your process through it. Okay, so for me, one of the things I like to manifest, I think we're doing it, but I think it's just more opportunities for like me and us, as we're like starting to grow this thing to be bigger than like just 3 talking heads. Like I just want to continue to have those chances to make like a dent in the space a little bit more, because it's like, diversity was really big like in 2021 and all the brands were talking about it or whatever. But I don't want any like, oh, we need more of this, so here's, you know, a couple shoes. Can you show them and, you know, wave them in front of the camera? But like really like doing things that we've done, like going to Eugene last year and TRE, like stuff that's actually like a part of the thing that we created, and we really get to use our voices. Not to always tell a black or brown story, but just to be who we are in the space. Right. And I just feel like that's very doable because we're already doing it, but I just want to keep like in that direction. So that's why it's like not necessarily the resolution, because we're already moving, but I just want to see more of that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. And it's also important as we, you know, I try not to get too political here, but as we see the push to kind of reverse the work of the DEI initiatives start to really like take hold. I think it's important to be able to kind of hold on to the progress that we made over the last few years as far as pushing the agenda on telling Black and brown people's stories. So yeah, I agree as well. Like it's going to be on us to do the work, because if it's left up to other people, that might not be prioritized as much. So absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah. Because it's like, and because even when it was like, you know, the cool thing to do, like I didn't necessarily want it to be for that, you know, like, yeah, it's great. But then at the same time, like I want to talk though. You know what I mean? Like we all got, you know, I don't want you to type up a story that you want me to share or tell, or like the way you want me to say it. Like I want y'all to watch. Like, so really like the things that I've done, like I always try to do it. So like if you guys watch it, even if it's like slightly corny, cause it's like, it's whatever, I want y'all to watch it and be like, all right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Or like really like it because it's really us, you know, and you know that I'm being like genuine. You know what I'm saying? What do you? So you need to grow up.
Took me a second because you're like, oh, he said corny. Okay.
Oh, God. See, Generation X has to go. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go. We can't take y'all anywhere. You can't never be serious. Gotta go. Vote you off the Generation Island for sure.
That would have been a weird left turn for this stream, Gary, if it wasn't that word.
If that would have been, somebody needed to check to see what's going on over here if I dropped that. But yeah, like, so anything else that you like, you know, that y'all want to manifest this year?
Yeah, for sure. I have another time that I'm trying to bring down. My phone, bro.
Screen time on the phone?
It's getting out of control. It's getting absolutely out of control, bro.
Actually, you said that my screen time when I popped up today, it was at 10 hours.
I'm putting up Will Chamberlain numbers, bro. Mine said I was down 12% to 9 hours and 15 minutes, bro.
I had no idea because I never checked it. I never look at it. I just pops up and I dismiss it. But we had that discussion. I looked at it. I was like, oh.
Wait.
Geez.
What? Wait. So you're at how many hours and what?
10 hours.
Let me go ahead and pull mine up.
Where do you find it? Everybody that's watching
your iPhone.
You go to settings and then you go to screen time.
Okay, hold on. So whoever's watching this, you should do it too. Share your screen time.
I think I was up 18%.
Settings?
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I looked at all my
screen time.
Yeah.
It only shows you today. It doesn't show you the week.
I don't see mine.
Weekly report available.
I don't see mine. It just show this here.
That's it, screen time.
But it doesn't have a number.
Did you go to settings and then under focus where it says screen time?
Yeah. That's where I'm at. And it says understand how much time you spend on your devices.
Oh, it might not be tracking you then.
Oh, I got to turn it on?
Yeah, I think you have to allow.
I got to turn it on.
Oh, it actually, if you look there, it actually shows you like how many hours you're spending on each app. Oh, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, it gets really granular.
Where you really Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Gary. Tell us what app. Tell us the app. Drop the app.
I mean, it's TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it does tell you the average. My daily average. So I'm cheating because I got two phones.
Well, and also, I think it starts over on Sunday.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Currently, I'm at 8 hours and 45 minutes for today. I'm not proud of that.
Yeah, in fact, I just saw my minute.
So Alexis says Alexis' daily average is 4 hours and 30 minutes. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, if I can get back to that, that would be nice.
Alexis, do you have an iPhone or a flip phone? I mean, that number seems way too low.
No, I think my number was that low when I was in my previous position when I wasn't sitting at a computer all day because I was actually doing work.
Okay.
But now I sit at a computer.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah. So Alexis talking about she got 4.5 hours, but she let her son watch. Okay, sure. All right. All right. That's why mine is high too.
Yeah, I have kids. Yeah, mine are my kids.
Maurice said 4 hours flat. That means he like how many drinks have you had? 2. Everybody 4. Just 4. All right. So yeah, back to the New Year's manifestations. Mark wants to fun run at Boston and 3:15 redemption at Chicago. Don't say fun run at Boston too loud because you might get,
Yeah, Tommy's got some friends that don't appreciate that.
You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to. You gotta race Boston. No, but for real, that's dope. Chicago is the place to go after it for sure.
And I'll see you there.
Oh right, you run Chicago. Yeah.
I
want to have
my run in Chicago.
I want to map out Chicago better, like because Chicago is not a bad course to spectate because of the way that it takes a long enough time for the people to go out and then come back to like mile 17. But the problem with it was we were trying to see Kelvin Kiptum when I was there. So but then I also was trying to see normal people. So I stayed at mile 2 for like a little too long. And by the time we walked to 17, he had already passed. But we saw Safan Hassan.
Yeah. I saw Kelvin and I saw Safan at 16.
Okay. So yeah. So tell me how was it crazy? The move past?
Yeah. Because it was, I mean, I wasn't sure if they were, because it was him and another guy. So I'm like, is he still within the window of like the record? Like, or is he really like racing somebody right now? And then, we found out later that my man was walking a tightrope. Like he didn't have much left.
I think he was his pacer.
It could have been.
Because that same guy was his pacer in London when he ran 2:01 20 something.
Yeah.
And that guy had stayed with him until about like 15 or 16 or something like that in London or whatever it was. And at 16, the cameras went away from them, so you couldn't see this on TV. Then they switched to Safan for a bit and somebody else. And when they came back from 16, when you saw them at 16, before he got to 17, dude disappeared. Like I don't even know if he finished the race.
Yeah.
That guy.
So he was running solo dolo for like 40 minutes, just hanging out. I mean, he had the like lead cars and motorcycles and stuff, but he was the only runner out there. They say
that the guy, the reporter on the bike was excited, but he was like telling him splits. Like he not supposed to do that.
He was probably holding the projection to get the AI up there.
He was holding the projector, the AI like projector.
Yeah.
And dude walked over.
And so he's yelling splits out to say, "Hey, this is for the camera and this is for the computer." He should be
put it in GPT.
Ran through a puddle, no splash. Oh, he's calling out names. Bromka would not like me. Bromka, I don't think he cares. I think he really likes Boston though, Bromka. He really likes Boston, but I don't think he thinks that people shouldn't like do what they want to once they get there. But I think that I feel like if you run a fast time to get there, and you don't change your corral, I think that's a problem. Like if you know you're gonna go there and you ran 3 hours to get there and you're in the 3 hour corral and you want to run 3:20, I think you should change your corral so you're not, in this thing with people that are going a different, you know what I mean? Like just get out of that corral. Like don't tuck it. If you're not gonna run it, tuck your pride, move back.
Yeah.
Like when I run this year, I'm gonna move back. I'm not running my goal pace. So I'm gonna move back. Like get out the way.
It's more fun running from behind of your normal pace. than it is getting passed by a million people because
right. And
your pride wanted you to start with all the other people.
And Boston is too tight in that first like mile. Like if you're not running the pace that everybody's running, it's a problem.
Yeah, you're gonna either get caught up in the flow and you're gonna ruin your race,
or you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
or hurt somebody else.
Yeah,
people are bombing down that hill. I don't care what pace you're at. I mean, bombing is in perspective, whatever pace you're going. But at that moment, people are going as fast as they're probably gonna go.
Yeah.
In that race. All right, so yeah, like okay, so here we go. Manifesting. Alexis says, I want to stay healthy during this build and run sub 320 in Boston. Ideally 315, 317. That is fire.
Yeah.
That is fire.
I believe in you.
Yep.
I can't wait to see it.
That's doable.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
We gotta be your first interview, Alexis, after. As soon as you run it, get cleaned up, all that stuff, and then we'll go live for
We want to catch you right in the corral, like dying.
Yeah.
Alexis, can you tell us how the race went? You know how they always get that killed me when they get like somebody just ran a 200 and they just finished and they're like, so how'd it go? And they're like, bro, I'm dying. Like, I got one word answers for you, bro.
I'm amazed that more of those track athletes don't have track hack when they're like
never. They never do. They never do. Unless it's like a 5,000 or something like that. I've seen like people kind of have a little issue. But like one thing, this is no disrespect to anybody that runs 100 or whatever. But like, here's like, here we go. But like when they're running, it doesn't even seem like they have time to breathe for real. Like how fast, like 10 seconds or whatever, right? It's like, and then they start breathing. By the time they get to the person, that's when their like body realizes what they just did, and then they start breathing hard. Because when they celebrate and after they're done, they don't look tired at all. But by the time they slow down enough to like get to the camera, then it's like they can't talk. It's the weirdest thing to me. I'm like, you wasn't even breathing hard a minute ago.
That adrenaline just drop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I just never got it. Because when I'm watching, I'm like, y'all ain't tired.
Yeah. And it's just that intense focus. Like you have to be laser locked in for that 10 seconds to be able to execute that race the right way. And then you just like, okay, it's done. And it's just like, I'm going to die now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's like fighting, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like being in a cage with somebody that you know can like rip your head off. Like you got to be so focused because you don't want to die. Like,
yeah, I feel like, and then like just like getting, because I wasn't a big fan of track and field until Eugene for real. Like I watched it, but I watched it for like the longer distances. But like when it came to like the 100 and the 400, 800 and all that stuff, being there and seeing like how like insanely impressive like it is, and like it's very meticulous. It's not even just like speed. It's like, the patience to not false start and all that stuff. So I found myself watching like all the Diamond Leagues last year. Yeah. And because it's just super interesting, like to see
patience, it's the form. I've always said like watching a professional, like a true professional do their job, no matter what it is, it's just awesome. It's just awesome to watch.
Yeah, because it's like to run fast off the line is like one thing, but like to do it at that level, at that moment against those people, because this ain't college, like this is like the top of the top.
0.00001%. Like these are literally the greatest people in the world, maybe ever, at this particular sport, but also at this particular distance. Like it's such a fine,
very, very much. Yeah. Like this is they are all them. Yes.
Yes.
And you got to do it right now, and you got to want it, right? But that's also the part is like you trained. I was listening to what's that book, Gary? The Champion's Mind, right? Yeah. It's like those people train, especially when it comes to like the Olympics. Those people trained for their whole lives, and then especially since last Olympic cycle till now to run for 10 seconds. So like I'm false starting every time. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to like know that you got to be so quick.
Literally every step has to be perfect. Like there's so much riding on literally every step.
Yeah, every step, every swing, every short little breath, because you're right. They're not
Everything.
breathing. They're doing something though.
They're not breathing. They're not doing deep breaths, but they are doing something for sure. Like it sounds like nerdy or whatever, but if you go back and just watch, like just look up world athletics, whatever, championships and watch like the 100 when watch Sha'Carri Richardson, right? Just watch it. Like it's all
in the nose. She's all breathing through her nose. Her mouth never opens.
Everything is so perfect, and they all almost look identical for the first 5 steps. It's crazy. It's crazy. I can't wait to go back and see stuff like that. That's nuts. All right, sorry. All right, so your manifestation, less screen time. You got another one, Gary?
I'm working on my nutrition in terms of not running nutrition with gels and whatnot, but like eating better. This holiday, I think I ate every single like sweet I could think of, and I'm feeling it. And so Aaron and I went for a run on Saturday. We were talking about like cooking ourselves, meal preps, and I kind of want to get into like a good meal prep schedule. Start small with like fruits and veggies and work my way up, but really just explore, find new recipes and just, find ways to eat better with more protein, more carbs and whatnot. But that's definitely on my list of to-dos this year.
And I think for me, so I made a post today. Have had or whatever a little issue with my knee, right? So like everything was fine, doing all the right stuff. And then like randomly one run I felt a little tightness, and then by the second run of the day it was like full like 8 or 9. And I'm like, I probably shouldn't have finished that run, but I was already far enough away and I feel like I could whatever. So I got back and decided to take a whole week off. So assuming that I'm able to get right back to it, like I'm trying to be realistic here, but if I can get right back to it tomorrow and get back into the swing of things of training, I'd love to go after 240 this year. Love to do it in the spring because there's a couple races coming up that would be optimal for some speed, but we'll see. So like I'm manifesting a sub 241 this year. I don't know when that happens, but I'm gonna try to be prepared and ready for the opportunity.
I mean, you've got like 5, 6, 7, 8 marathons on the schedule, so
right. I got chances. I got opportunity.
Yeah, I saw this guy. He set the record for most marathons ran in a year. It was like 240. I'm like, Tommy's on the way.
I could do that.
The way he's loaded, he's on the way.
Speaking of, so that's nowhere near 240 something, which is nuts. But Ben Johnson ran 12 last year, all of them under like 248 or whatever it was. That's crazy to me.
That's crazy, yeah.
That's crazy to me. And like and some of them were, because remember last year Boston, London, Eugene, and then like some Minnesota race. It was like 4 weekends in a row.
Was it Grandma's? Was Grandma's?
No, it was.
Might have been Grandma's because Eugene was late April. And
Grandma's
early May, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think.
4 marathons, 4 weekends in a row, and for them all to be sub 250. I think it was sub 50. Everything was sub 253. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's good for him.
Crazy.
But if you look at like his Strava, if you look at people's Strava like that, like because like considering that I'm trying to do Osaka and then Tokyo, like it's like how do you do that? You just run a lot, because like you have to be able to put up this effort and then run again the next day almost with no problem. And then I heard somebody else say that pros will say if they run a race at 90 to 95% capacity, they could probably run another one the next weekend. Or 2 weeks away or something like that. But if they I
just read that too.
If they go 100, if they go 98% or 100%, it's over. Like I was talking to CJ Albertson because he did the 2 in a row, CIM and then
Mexico.
And one in Mexico.
Yeah.
He said that he's done races where he didn't have to finish like with a push, like because there was nobody can, whatever, for whatever reason, and he felt great the next day and was back to running. And he said that there's also been one same pace almost that he sped up at the end to race somebody for like a half mile at the end. And he had to take 2 weeks off. And it was almost the same finishing time. It was just the effort, because I asked him what his advice would be to be able to run this, he thinks that people don't do enough sprints. He said that sprint, in his mind, sprints are plyometrics, just aggressive. So a lot of times, like, we do all these, we do easy running, which is important. We do intervals, which is important at race pace. He's like, but those all out sprints, like strides, all out sprints use much closer to the muscles you're going to have to use running race pace for marathon distance than running marathon pace for 10 miles. So I'm like, I can see that. All right. I can see that.
Yeah, they say once all your slow twitch muscles are fully maxed out and fatigued, then your body tries to recruit the fast twitch muscles to be able to get you through. And that's what we as distance runners tend to neglect, are those fast twitch muscle fibers. Yeah. So if you can build those through strides and strength training and all of that, you can kind of buy a little more time once those slow twitch muscles say, all right, see ya.
Yeah.
See you later.
Take over from here, bud. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting though. Like somebody saying that they're like, if I kick it at the end, I'm done but if I don't run the same distance, almost the same time, I'll be fine. It
almost speaks to the concept that they always attribute to Eliud Kipchoge, where he says every workout I do, I make sure to keep one rep in my pocket. Always feel like you stopped one rep short rather than feeling like you went all the way. And I think that would kind of be the same idea.
Yeah. Oh, right. That's true. Because it's like, why you don't want to feel depleted every run, every workout, especially if you're doing 2 or 3 a week, because then the recovery time involved in that is just too great. You'll be sitting more than anything. Uh-huh. All right. So what else were we? This was special. Let's talk about.
Hold on, before that, this is hilarious.
That's actually true for me as well.
Well, okay. All right.
And while you're pulling up the next thing, we didn't even ask, did anybody run today? If you ran today, tell me what you did. Put it in the chat. Let's get some kudos on today's runs. So let me know where you ran and what you ran today.
I didn't run today.
Cool.
I'll be back tomorrow. And I'll share with you guys. Let's just talk about some PR project announcements. It kind of talks a little bit about like what we're manifesting this year as a team, is just having more opportunities to do our thing and in different ways, some of the same ways we've done before, but the goal is to keep just pushing and doing our thing. Maurice said he did a light 5-mile run here in the DMV. That's dope. Mark said he did 6 easy miles. Awesome. So I'm assuming that you guys do Saturday long runs. Saturday long runs seem like they're getting more popular.
Yeah. Or some people are just still ramping up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Tomorrow is 14 weeks out, right?
From Boston?
Yeah.
Easy 5 miles with where were you at? 500 feet in 5 miles is crazy. All right, so PR project announcements. So we don't have many of the details just yet, but we are working on everything. We are in talks with a couple brands, possibly. We will for sure be going to the Olympic trials, and we'll have a PR project representation there to chat about the race and all that stuff and document some of that process. The trials, if you don't know, it's the U.S. Olympic Marathon Trials.
America's
American.
U.S. United States trials. It's where the men and women will be going for 3 spots each, men and 3 spots for the women, 3 spots for the men. while I was saying that, I was trying to remember if 3 women got the Olympic standard or not.
I don't know.
So
I don't know. They made a big deal about the men getting it.
I know the 3 guys did though.
Yeah.
So the crazy part is, which I really didn't understand until recently, if 3 men run the time, the Olympic standard, even if, like, say Aaron runs the Olympic standard and then he competes in the trials and he doesn't get in because he doesn't finish top 3, he still technically opened a spot for someone else to get in. So you don't have to rerun it. You don't even have to. You just opened up a ticket for America to have a person go, which seems kind of convoluted. Like, I'm almost like the Kenyans. They just be like, you're going, and you're going.
You'd never say the IOC is corrupt.
Huh?
You'd never say the IOC is a corrupt organization. You wouldn't say
What's
that.
the IOC?
The International Olympic Committee.
Yeah.
They would never do anything weird.
No.
I say this because they've had a history of weird.
No, of course they have. No, of course they haven't. That's slander. 3 women have the standard. Okay, sweet.
Okay.
When?
A couple days ago. Story came out a couple days ago.
What happened? She hurt?
Yeah, well, she's been fighting that plantar fasciitis from Chicago.
Oh.
And she's back training, but she said she's not going to be ready to go for
That sucks.
Orlando, so she had to drop.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I know so many people are pulling for her. Yeah, because she went after it pretty tough in Boston too.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be a tough field for the top 3 for the women.
Yeah.
But she was definitely in the hunt to get that one of those 3 spots.
The U.S. women's field is pretty deep right now.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't even know. I mean, I think the men's is going to be great too, but I actually feel like the women's is more of a spectacle probably. And then after that, we are going back to Cali. Not actual Cali, but I'm trying to find a little thing to click. We're going back to Eugene Marathon.
Yay!
So last year, these 2 crazy gentlemen ran the race. When we went out there.
Hold on now.
There's nothing crazy.
We all raced.
I just wanted to call you guys crazy. Can I just do that?
We were racing a pancake, Tommy. So which one of us is crazy?
I was definitely racing a pancake. And no one was there to see it. I just, I had a bad batch of mushroom tacos.
Yeah, yeah.
Raced a pancake through the
Turns
streets.
out there was never a pancake.
No, I never saw the pancake. Honestly, bro, I remember racing. It wasn't just me. If anybody doesn't know, the Eugene Marathon has a 5K the day before, and Flap Jack and Flap Jill run the race in full pancake outfit. And if you're a guy, you beat,
Nothing. Go ahead.
If you're a guy and you beat Flapjack, you get a year's supply of pancakes, which turn out to be cap. And if you're a woman and you beat Flap Jill, you get.
I ate those pancakes in 6 months.
No, I mean, I'm not trying to slander Krusties, but they gave
all your the coupons.
They're like, it's like 5 coupons for like, and you get the big, bag or whatever. But if you like pancakes, that's not
it's
a
year supply for you, not you and your family, Tommy.
That bag's heavy. That bag's like 5 pounds, isn't it?
Yeah, bag was bigger than Dyra. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Dyra gonna be. She held that first bag. She's like, this is a lifetime supply. I mean, they are okay. It's a big bag. Yeah, it's for you. It's not for your family. I get it. Maybe I. I thought when I thought year supply, I just figured it was just a year supply.
You thought you was gonna be Tony Montana with pancake mix all over the house.
No, I pictured myself like standing in the driveway, telling the truck to back it up. You know what I'm saying?
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, and then just like tip the truck back, and then like bags of pancakes.
Not even bags.
Not even bags. Pure pancake mix.
Pure pancakes just coming right out.
Neighbors is like, is this a pile of cement? No, it's pancake mix, you know. I just thought it would be,
and it's mine.
I just thought it was gonna be more pancakes. So maybe I'll come. Maybe this year I'll go after it again, so I can, you know, yeah, we'll figure it out. So we're going back though. The three of us are going
Maybe
out
you can
there.
volunteer your services as being flapjack this year.
Oh no, Gary said he saw. You said you saw him afterwards, right?
Yeah. Well, I saw. Yeah, it was drenched.
Yeah. So it's not even like it's not hot there that time of year, but it's like it was like 60, right?
It's a little
And you
warm.
wearing a.
It was nice. It was nice the day before. Remember the sun was out.
Yeah, yeah, it was hot. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It was like you got a flapjack pancake suit around you. It's not aerodynamic. It's not a a pancake running sideways. It's like you catching all the wind. It's a big circle.
Yeah.
And they said that people come out of there drenched. You know, I'd never do that. You got to pay me. If they paid in people in pancakes, it's a joke.
Yeah, that's a travesty. No,
That's a travesty.
they're still probably rinsing that thing out because that thing had to be nasty.
Nah,
I can really imagine the smell if they don't wash it.
who
They
washes
pull it out
it?
once a year?
It's not even.
It's into a dry cleaner. It's not like there's some guy out there like scrubbing.
Nah, I know what they do. They just take it out back and spray it down with a hose and let it hang dry.
It's the Oregon back.
Hockey equipment.
They tell the people that running them that like what's that guy's? Oh no, that's not funny. Bill Bowerman. Oh, I go with a different guy. Bill Bowerman. They said Bill Bowerman ran in it, so they think that they're part of like a legacy. But yeah, we're going out there.
No,
We're
Bill
gonna
Bowerman was running a waffle soup, bro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I feel like for this purpose, he would sacrifice because a waffle suit would be less aerodynamic. Imagine having the dimples.
Have you not read stories about Bill Bowerman?
He does.
He was very loyal to the waffle.
Okay, all right.
In fact, he almost lost his wife due to him breaking all of her waffle irons, trying to make shoes out of them.
That's that's kind of crazy though, man.
That does lead to divorce. Either running too many miles for races you're not getting paid for, or you breaking waffle irons. That's it.
If you break three waffle irons in a row, I mean, it could probably get pretty hectic in the family.
Especially if you break them not making waffles.
Right.
You're breaking them by pouring like random rubber
polyurethane
to try to come up with.
Right. And at that point, you're not even making money off the shoes.
No.
It's like, why do you have a bunch of like waffle shaped footprints around the garage? No shoes attached to them. Man, the people that we probably called were crazy, you know, through history, turn out to be also crazy still, yeah, but prolific in a way, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
prolific.
All right. Yeah. Live show, Eugene. Live show, Eugene. We're gonna be sitting there talking to the people. So if you're running the Eugene Marathon, pull up. Well, you don't have a choice. We will be in the expo, doing our thing. So you'll be able to see it live and in action. So stay tuned. And we're trying to continue to do dope things in 2024, and we already have 2 things on the books. So stay tuned for more information. And if you ever want to support the PR project, I'll give you my Cash App. Gary's like, no, you can take my Cash App. All right, and then one more quick thing before we get off, that we're getting close to the what's one thing, Aaron, that happened this week or last week that was kind of shook the running world a little bit, that off the top of your dome?
Okay. There was a shoe that sold out immediately. By speaking of Bill Bowerman, the legacy of Bill Bowerman. Nike dropped the Alpha Fly 3 prototype. And these 2 gentlemen, I believe, own a pair. And I'm very jealous that I don't have a pair. But Yes, Alpha Fly 3.
It's only because you don't like orange.
Actually, orange is my favorite color, but okay.
Is orange your favorite color?
Orange is my favorite color, actually.
These are size 9.5.
You're a liar.
No, I mean, but they fit small. It's okay.
I only
But
wore them once.
I wore them twice. So these came out.
See the Austin dust on them from the bottom.
Ooh,
So we were able to get our hands on the proto because of the TRE thing, and they were launching, not launching, but announcing them the same day that Kelvin Kipton was on the show. So we got our hands on these really early, which was really cool. This is the Alpha Fly Next Percent 3. Much different shaped and all that stuff, and a lot of the geometry is quite a bit different than the Alpha Fly 1 and 2, to be honest. Like you can see if you hold it like this, Gary, with your fingers. So,
there you
go. You can see that the first two editions of this shoe had the separate, the non-continuous sole. They had that gap there. So this was, I guess, a really big deal for the geometry, the changes of it quite a bit. And then there is one continuous plate or something like that. They said it was a bunch of different like little random spots. They moved the rocker backwards, so it's a deeper rocker than before. But it's a really nice shoe. It's much like sleeker. It feels like more of a. It feels more towards like a Vaporfly, but not as soft as like a Vaporfly. So I think that people are really gonna like it. They're coming out with. This is like the proto way. So this one's like supposed to sell out. Because remember Aaron, the same colorway this came out in the Vaporfly and it sold out like before it came out.
That's the business model for sure. Build more hype pods, selling those out in 2 seconds, and then people will buy the next ones.
Yeah. So like the yellow ones, we should have got this. Why didn't we get our shoes signed, Gary? That's crazy.
I
didn't even think about that at all. Like I don't want. I mean,
we're gonna wear them though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think of that.
That would make it even cooler.
Yeah, who signed?
Oh, you have Alpha Fly 3s? Oh, I do too, but they're actually signed by Kelvin Kipton. You know, have a good race.
Have a good race.
Pat him on the back. Have a good race, bud. But
if you were to do that, you'd have to beat that guy you're talking to. Like you'd have.
Oh, that guy's gonna trip you if you're going down.
Yeah.
You know, if you try to make a move past the dude that you stunning on.
Oh no, his race strategy is out the window. From that point on, his race strategy is over.
Yeah. It's all
he has one clear goal.
Yeah.
And one clear goal or die trying.
Bury you. But they have another they tease like another colorway that I think is pretty dope. The highlighter yellow with like the blue pod and all that stuff. Those would be perfect. Those come out in April, so that's gonna be perfect for Boston and any other races like mid-April and after. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, these are great. They're really good shoes. I think that I wasn't a huge fan of the Alpha 1 or 2 for that matter, really. I feel like the 2 was more comfortable for me. I feel like the 1 might have been a little more aggressive, but this is like, I feel like this is the best of both worlds, plus less shoe to deal with than like the other 2. So if you got them, if you're able to sneak in an order and get a pair, congratulations. If you didn't, they're still coming out.
Yeah, they're more on the way.
It's just a different color. But yeah,
I thought what some of the shoe stores did was great too, like Gazelle and whatnot.
Oh yeah, that was really nice. So many people were like really bummed that they didn't get a pair because they tried to get it through Nike, but a lot of the run specialty stores had 2 sizes or something like that, or 2 pairs of each size. I think Gazelle actually still has a bunch of ladies' shoes left.
Oh, do they?
I think so, yeah. But the men's shoes went pretty quick. But a lot of local stores, so if you were looking for one, probably try to check with some of the more well-known shoe stores around the country because they may have them still.
Yeah, call them and tell them that Tommy Runs said that they have all the Alpha Fly 3s left. I'm sure they'll love that.
I don't know. I don't know if they will have it or not, but I'm not saying that would be a bad look for me. So go
Alexis,
ahead.
did you order from online?
Yeah, they have online. Yeah, they sell a lot, but a big part of those businesses online now.
I know, just Washington to Michigan. That's
Yeah, we selling these shoes. Yeah, because they offered them to like their membership first, and then
the herd members. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's nice to give like membership. I'm sure a lot of stores did that. Like I think a Runner's Mind also did something similar.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You know what was really cool that I saw the week of was a running. What is it called, Aaron? Exchange.
The Collective.
Running Collective. Is it Exchange Running Collective?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a launch party the day before or a night before. It was really dope. Like they looked at like the Nike rep or Ekiden, or not Ekiden, but what do they call them? Ekin pulled up, and they had a bunch of shoes for people to try on. I'm sure that people were able to get a pair if they wanted them. That was really cool. Like
I'm not gonna
stuff
lie,
like that.
they're doing like best in class type stuff right there down in Nashville.
Yeah.
Like they're doing outstanding work.
Yeah, like walking into Exchange Running Collective, it made it that all makes sense to me.
Yeah,
like as soon as you walk in,
yeah, absolutely.
I was like, oh, like you can feel like it's exactly what you would expect. I guess it's like a weird feeling. It's not a shoe. It doesn't feel like a shoe store. It feels like I don't know. It just doesn't feel like a shoe store. It feels like a meeting spot with shoes in it.
You want to know? There's one other place I've been to in the running space that reminds me of that. It's the original Blue Ribbon sports store that Nike owns on Pico in LA. It's like a shrine to Nike running, and it feels very, very similar to that.
Okay.
And it's not open a lot. It only opens like sometimes. Like the Nike run clubs out in LA do they do a long run from there like once a month.
Is that the story from that Phil Knight was talking about from the book Shoe Dog? Like
Blue Ribbon, right?
Yeah, that's the first. That was the first like brick and mortar, technically Nike store that they ever opened.
Oh,
so it's like a really small space, but it's curated with a bunch of cool memorabilia and like just artifacts from Nike running. And then usually once a month they do like the waffle breakfast with the Nike waffle, like shoe shaped waffles and all of that stuff. So it's just like super cool. And that's the Exchange really reminds me of that vibe. It's just like we're all about running and we make it look cool, and it's like a vibe, and come here to feel like a cool runner. So
it's like we're all about running, and it feels very definitely very community based. I think that's like the collective part, So if you happen to be in Nashville ever, pull up to Exchange Running Collective, or at least follow them on Instagram. I think that they're doing really dope stuff, and they deserve attention for it. Very community based, and we walked in there and chilled and felt at home. The vibes were all there for sure. But didn't Blue Ribbon, is that who? But didn't Butter do something with them at one point?
Yeah.
Didn't Butter have a?
Yeah, that when I went to LA, that was where them and KRC together did a long run from 3107 Pico.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So big shout out to them and to Exchange Running Collective for providing the vibes. I feel like more like shoe stores or like run stores are starting to realize that, I think they always realize that they're community hubs and places for people to meet. But I feel like maybe you're going to start seeing more move towards feeling like it when you walk in, as opposed to just feeling like a store immediately, because it's one thing to like open the doors and create that community. But if you walk in and you're in a store and you feel like you're in the way of somebody shopping, it's a different feeling. And the way that they made that store is everything's off to the side. There's nothing in the middle for you to have to feel like you're in the way of somebody grabbing like a shirt. Everything's on the wall and away, and it is very common area-ish, which was really dope. I had a couple tables you sit down at. It was weird. It was like, it was kind of weird.
It was a theme that when we talked to some of the stores in TRE was everybody kind of shifting more to like a community-based center on top of the fact that they sell running merchandise. So
because
it's kind of like borrowed directly from like the streetwear boutique / barbershop like situation. Like you go there to not only buy stuff, but also become more educated about the culture. You know what I'm saying? If you're participating, especially like the sneaker boutiques, like back in the day, you had to go there to get release dates. You had to go there to see like the next shoes that were coming.
Mhm.
So, and you went there and you met up with people that have very like-minded interests that you do. And that's like running is very important to cultivate those kind of networks, to be like, okay, these people have similar goals. I'll go to the running shop to know, like, figure out what races I want to do, what new shoe technology is out there, how to fuel like training plans, like, and also these companies would be remiss to do this because you can just like buy online now. Where's the value in going into a brick and mortar store? You have to be able to build a community because everybody knows their shoe size. Not everybody cares to really be fitted that way. So someone could just like buy a new pair of Saucony's online and have them at their doorstep the next day. So as a company, you have to figure out what benefit am I providing my customer by having a brick and mortar place. Like
that was one of the things we mentioned too, because you know when it comes to like clothes, especially shoes, you'd almost have to go in and try them on, and because now that you can do test runs, they have treadmills, it makes sense to do it more. Even if you have the right size, I mean, some of these shoes don't fit true to size. So that was one of the things we talked about as well.
I mean, and I feel like what Aaron's saying, like about like the boutique and like it seems like I don't really, now that I'm going to say it out loud, I'm not sure if it even really worked, but it seems like there could be a way to cultivate like that. It seems like a big enough store run retail shops could work more directly with some of the brands to get some things like maybe a little earlier, you know, like say like to bring people into like Burn Rubber here. You go there because like, you know that if you go there, you're going to see some a little more unique type of offering than just like a bunch of running shoes. Like if like say like, you know, Aaron opened up a shop that literally had very specific, like kind of harder to get shoes, or maybe shoes that aren't out quite yet, and somehow he was able to like cultivate that experience, then you have to come in, because it's like you go here if you want the more rare type of vibe, you know. And I guess that's a little harder to do than like lifestyle shoes, because that's just a little different. And you know, like Nike ain't doing like collabs with Kith or anything, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a little harder to do. But if that's what Run Collective felt like you're saying, like that's what Exchange Running Collective, that's what it felt like when you walk in. It feels like you in a place where you go see something, and they had normal shoes. It wasn't nothing different. It was just they created a feel like when you come in, it ain't just all shoe focused and try on this pair of whatevers and walk around. It was like you come here to feel the energy, grab you a couple pairs of like, you know, On Cloud Boom Echoes or whatever, and move on. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But we don't really have that here, like in the running space, like that place to go to, really.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, we have some great stores. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like you feel like you pull up to Hanson's in Lake Orion if you just want to kind of nerd out about running. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily about like the stuff that's in the store for real. Like I can stand in there and talk to them and buy nothing. You know, it's like it's a different energy. But anyway, random tangent. But that's it's just really cool what they're doing, and I appreciate it. So PR project is on the move. We're doing stuff this spring. Hopefully we get to do more and more and keep bringing you cool opportunities and doing cool stuff with the show as we grow. Episode 63, we're moving right along. We want to continue to do more with all this stuff. We are going to sign off soon. Segue to the end. We're going to hang up on y'all.
That was a clean transition.
Yeah.
I like you guys, so I'm going to talk to you later.
If you're still here, thank you so much.
No, honestly, y'all, the whoever's watching this still, you guys always rock with us. Thank you so much for tapping in. My New Year's resolution, if I had to do resolutions, would to not be the reason why we start late, because I've been the reason why I started late like 17 times, or maybe more. Mark, I'll be on time next time just for you. I'm not saying that these two are gonna be on time.
I'm gonna be late. I'm just out of spite now.
All right, you go ahead. You go ahead.
It all comes back. You know why? Because it's Gen X and they do what they want to do.
Right.
How
The
about
flower generation. You guys hippies.
I don't think you know your eras.
No.
I don't either. I don't either, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't know.
You can't be a
man.
hippie if you were born in 1975, bro. They don't
You
really
say you
work
can't be a
like
hippie?
that. No.
Hippies were 60s, right? You had to be grown. You had to be grown in the 60s. So boomers were hippies.
Yes.
Yes.
Or late boomers, like later on the spectrum boomers, you know?
Depends.
Like the end of the boomers were like that were the ripe age of hippies.
Sure.
Okay.
But I'm sure there were some old hippies out there trying to get active too.
Sorry, the right age of hippies. I wanted to write that down.
Lank. Lank. Let a naysayer know.
You gotta let a naysayer know, bro. All right, I'm gonna let y'all know it's time for us to hang up on that note.
Go blue.
All right, y'all. Peace out. Tap in. Follow us on Instagram at the.pr.project. Follow Aaron at Aaron X Worldwide on Instagram. Follow Gary at Gary is a runner on Instagram. Follow Tommy at Tommy_runs on Instagram. Who's dogs again?
Washington.
Nah.
Me and Alexis are at odds.
I'm with you, Alexis. There, I said it.
Go blue.
We will be announcing we're going to be only a 2-member show going forward. That's it.